Ciao a tutti. Hello everyone. It is Sam from A Perry Live. And in this video, I'm going to do a little bit of a ranting when it comes to Serena Williams and some of the hate that she gets when it comes to her makeup, her style. It's more or less about her skin that I'm going to talk about. But I've been seeing a lot of comments online and I don't want to edit this video. So it's going to be short, sweet, to the point, and unedited. But I am annoyed because one thing that I have seen on the internet nonstop is people comparing, or not actually comparing, talking about her skin tone. And I guess you can say comparing her skin tone now to her skin tone what we're used to, which is the majority of the time that she was in the limelight of being a tennis superstar, right? So for those of you who do not know, Serena Williams is like one of the top tennis players in the world. She's now retired, but she was playing since she was 4 years old. I have like her Wikipedia here because there was some basic stuff that I wasn't aware of. She has like so many gold medals, so many Grand Slams. Like she's just like highly like decorated. She's won almost $95 million in prize money. And she has a dating history of dating several black men in the industry. And then she ended up marrying her husband, who was a white guy. I think he's like the co-founder of Reddit or something like that. And she married him. It has to be like 6 or 7 years ago because her daughter has to be like 5 or 6. So she's amazing. She's 42 years old. And recently people have talked about her bleaching her skin, allegedly, because I don't think that she's bleaching. And it is so frustrating because I think one of the main things people are forgetting is that Serena's not in the sun like she used to be. She's not like this young girl or this woman that's practicing, on clay and on, I don't know, the green flooring is for tennis, but she's not outside practicing as much. She's not outside playing as much. Remember, she played year round. Where it is winter here on the northern side of the equator, it's summer on the southern side. So she played Australian Opens, she played like Wimbledon, she played the US Open, she played in California, the Miami, she played all over the world. And these arenas are outside. These stadiums are outside. Like they're not like some, I guess, would be covered, but I'm a tennis watcher, not a huge tennis watcher, but I'll dabble here and there. And it looks like they're mostly in the sun. And so when I see people complain about what her current skin tone is, it's frustrating because so if you guys look closely, maybe you can't see, like, okay, I'm brown, but there's like a little discoloration here in my face. And this started happening about 6 years ago when I was in the sun extensively in the summer and I did not use sunblock. Now, maybe it could have happened during a different time. Maybe if I would have used sunblock, I still would have had it, but not as bad. But like during the summer with heat and also with sun, this gets worse. Like it almost looks like the beginning stages of vitiligo. It's really bad. And even I get it on my nose sometime too. I also started getting like these little moles on my nose, which I've had inspected. And the doctor's like, she's giving me options of what I want to do with them. But your skin changes the older you get. And not only does it changes, I feel that we become a lot more cautious when the older we get. And we're much more vigilant of what we put into our bodies and what we put on our bodies and what we expose our bodies to. And a lot of older people do not want to be in the sun as much. So you have, like, for example, right now, this is the beginning of the summer. I have not been to the pool and or beach yet this year. I have not. So when the end of the summer comes, and maybe I'll revisit this video at the end of the summer and compare my skin tones. I have this light on, my ring light on. When I do it, I'll remember the setting. But my skin will look much darker. And Serena was consistently in the sun. If you look at a lot of people who, and we just think of colorism throughout many communities, a lot of communities don't even want to be in the sun because they do not want to be seen as darker. They don't want to be seen as outside workers. There's a ton of different like negatives that come with having darker skin. But outside of the negatives with colorism and the mentality that is typically derived from colonialism and all that other stuff, all right, tennis player is a successful thing, right? Serena did it professionally. And not only that, I feel that like Serena Williams was looking for the perfect makeup team, like the glam team, because I've seen some recent videos of her and recent photos. She was just hosting the ESPYs, and I forgot, she was doing a couple of things recently, and she looked amazing. Like, whoever is now working with her needs to stay. Do not go. Follow this girl around. Be like Beyonce's Julius. Be that person that like is like known to be with her, because she looks amazing. The makeup is makeuping. The lips are lipping. Like, I don't know if she's doing injections, but if she is, it's totally within her right to do that. Just like if she wanted to bleach, she could do that as well. But like, she just looks like a beautiful brown skin girl. Her makeup before was a little too yellow. It was a little too red. Her eyebrows were doing something crazy. Whoever is currently doing her makeup, they are like accentuating, is that the word? Accentuating all of the important features of her. And even when it comes to like, now that I think about it, when I think of her, oh my God, when I think of her, her doing like cosmetic related things, I would not be surprised if, being a person who is, of course, African American, who is in the limelight, who is consistently called all of these horrible names, which she has been, and not only has she been called these horrible names, because she had more talent than her peers, she was also taunted for that. I would be surprised if she couldn't indulge in certain beauty things, because she didn't want to be either scrutinized or she didn't want to risk having something in her system that was not that was foreign and that would affect her in some way, shape, or form. I mean, like when you sign those documents to get plastic surgery, whether it be like something serious or just like some fine fillers or something like that, you sign saying that, hey, this person could, inject something into a nerve, or there can be this or this or this that's like affected. So I just like, that is like one of my biggest thing. And I've only seen it from, at least from my perspective, my side of the internet, I've only seen it from Black people. And some of the stuff, I feel that it comes from self-hatred. It comes from lack of critical thinking on the people who have spoken on her skin tone. Because like, if you look at it now, her body completely matches. And there are certain signs of bleaching that majority of people have. Like, their knuckles will be darker. There'll be certain areas that are just like darker, rougher. Their skin will be like, honestly, I don't know how they do it. Their skin looks so damaged. Like, it looks sensitive. It looks like, I don't even know the word for it. It just does not look healthy. And so when I am looking at people talk about Serena's appearance, she doesn't match the typical person. Like the signs of bleaching aren't even there. It's just a sign of bad makeup. Bad makeup and not being in the sun as much. And when we consider how much she was in the sun, guys, she was in the sun so much. If she's 42 now and she started playing when she was 4, and I know it said then she moved to Florida at 9, but if she started playing, she gave us like, let's say 37, we 37, right? Because maybe she was a little bit of time, she might have took time off. At least 37 consecutive years of being in the sun, being exposed to so many horrible things. And once you learn your lesson from what the damage of the sun does, you do understand people wearing those big sun hats. You understand people wearing, oh my God, outside of the big sun hats, you have people who stay under the umbrella, people who will stay close to the beach bar versus going out, or they'll just go out for a little bit to cool down and come back in. Like, they're not sitting in the sun the entire time. Like, there is not joy that is brought from doing that. And I think that's okay. I think that she's earned to be out of the sun if she chooses to be one. And like, I'm just looking at her credentials. If you guys have never looked at her Wikipedia, it's wild. Like, this woman is so freaking accomplished. Like, I don't even know how many, let's say if I printed this, right? I'm just gonna by accident. It's 78 pages, right? 78 pages, her Wikipedia. 78 pages if I were to print this right now at basic standard size. So like, that's just like something that has been irking my nerves. I do think it comes from people disliking, also, this is just like a little caveat, little extra. I do think it also comes from people disliking the fact that she is with a white man, but that's a whole nother conversation to be had on the punishment or the punishing that Black women are subjected to when they decide to date outside of their race. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's definitely not the same abuse or criticism that Black men get when they date outside of their race. And not only that, when Black women date outside of their race, they do not bash the Black men typically. They're just looking for love. Whereas you'll have a Black man who will date outside of his race, and the reasoning will be because Black women have attitudes and she want to cook, and my wife she's feminine and she'll cook and she clean, and you're like sitting there like, okay, but like, why couldn't you just say like, I met this woman and I love the way she cooks and I love the way she takes care of the house? That would have been that, instead of like comparing her to another group of women. Like, just say you like that woman, you know, and she just happens to be white. That would be cool. But I feel like there's a punishment and a consistent like pounding that happens to Serena because of the fact that she found love in a different race. So anyway, I'm happy that she found a good makeup artist, a great stylist. She looks amazing. I am a Florida girl myself. So even though she is from Compton, I still feel that she's a little bit of a Florida girl. I mean, she moved to Florida when she was 9. So she does have a little bit of Floridian in her. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. That's just me venting about her. What do you guys think, right? Like, when you think about it, right? It's like, the woman's not in the sun anymore. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do more of these type of things. I know I always say that, but I am going to do more of these type of things, of just pop culture, things that I'm thinking of. And my channel won't be specifically only for Italy content. I'm going to mix it up with a lot of different things. And I'm going to talk about people who you know, who you don't know, who you like, who you don't like. Like, you know, I'm just going to do the things that make me happy. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you all next time. Ciao.